People seem to be having more month at the end of the money than money at the end of the month. Let's tap in.
I am so tired of living my life in survival mode because despite having two college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living. I still cannot afford all of my bills every month and have to live paycheck to paycheck. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I am sacrificing my mental health, my time, and my energy to take care of people in their most vulnerable moments. And a lot of the time, they do not make it.
Okay, I just want to be clear. She makes $80,000 a year and she can't make it. She did say she had 2 degrees. That's a lot in student loans. I wonder how much of that money is going out a month to cover that. By the sound of it, it sounds like she has a kid. 80,000 though? I don't know, man. You should be able to stretch that. Something's going wrong.
At the very least, I should be able to pay my bills. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have chose that job, somebody has to do it. And you know, well, if your loved one was critically ill, you would want somebody to take care of them, right? I just, something has to give. I cannot keep doing this. I am
First of all, I do want to just say thank you to all the nurses and caregivers and critical care nurses. Very important, very important. But 80,000. I don't know, man. You're saying something has to give. It might have to be those bills that you're talking about. You say you should be able to pay your bills with 80K. It depends what your bills consist of. If I'm being honest, if I'm just judging optically, she looks like she takes very good care of herself. She looks like an expensive woman. Now, maybe I'm judging. I wouldn't be surprised if she's getting like facials, getting her nails done on a consistent basis. Things, to keep yourself looking very nice that aren't necessarily needed. Also, it depends like what her lifestyle is in terms of eating, in terms of entertainment, what type of car she drives. That hurts a lot of people. What her rent is. There's just too many factors. So I couldn't say if she should be able to pay her bills or not. She might be living way above her means. That might be the problem.
25 an hour is like the new $12 an hour in 2025. And the old folks don't get it because 25 an hour back in the day, you was balling.
That's a fact.
Now, bro, you can't. Come on, bro. Let me break it down. 25 an hour is what, 52 a year? Before taxes. So after taxes, you looking at what? Let's round down. 40K. Let's use some easy numbers. So over the course of a year, you working with $40,000. 40. So now let's kick in the bills. Let's start with housing. Average apartment costs $2,000 a month. Over the course of 12 months, that's 24K. That's already half.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna just stop it right there because that's gonna be your biggest problem right there. 2K a month for an apartment? No way. No way. I make way more than that. And there's no way I'm paying 2K a month for an apartment. All your money is going down the drain. There's no way I'm doing that. You need to either increase your income significantly, like get a second job and get a side hustle on top of that, or you need to lower your lifestyle expectations and you need to get a roommate or you need to move back with your parents. Moving back in with your parents, you can throw your parents a little bit of money, keep them satisfied, actually want you to stay around because you're helping around the house. And on top of that, you stack your bread so you can actually make some moves once these interest rates come down. Yo, you're not gonna make it. No way. I don't even want to see the car payment. I don't have a car payment, but I know most people do. So let's see what they got going on.
Oh, they talking about, oh, your housing should only be 30% of what you make. How? I just took the
I
average.
just told y'all how, by the way.
Half my income already gone. 30% of my income would mean 30% of 40K, which is 12,000, which divided by 12 is 1,000 a month. Where is anybody gonna live for 1,000 a month? So housing already took over half. We had 16 already. Next, we got transportation. Let's do car note, car insurance, and gas all in one. And I could be lowballing, but let's just say 750 for easy numbers. 750 times 12 is 9,000. We already at 16,000 left. Minus the 9, what is that? 7,000. We're already at 7,000. I only listed 2 things. Next, we got groceries. Gotta eat, right? Let's say we spend $100 a week on groceries. We gonna be generous. 1,000 a week. That's 4 weeks. That's $400 times 12. What is that? 4,800. Let's round up and say 5,000. 5,000 a year on groceries. We at 7,000. 7 minus the 5. We had $2,000 left already. I don't even need to calculate anything else. We already at 2,000 from 40 and only named 3-4 things. I didn't include any debt that you may have, credit cards, all that. I didn't talk about health insurance. I didn't talk about if you had kids, if you had pets, any emergencies that you had, car
Oh yeah,
maintenance,
pets is
anything
dead.
that you
If you
wanted for
broke, pets is
yourself.
dead. Don't get no
I didn't
pets.
talk about any of that. Off of $40,000, only named 3-4 things, you already at $2,000. What are we talking about? So anytime somebody be talking about $25 an hour is good, man, no, it's not. And I'm not being ungrateful. I'm being talking about. What are we?
Looking at this picture, if I could just change 3 things. 1, income got to go up. Well, it doesn't have to go up. It would definitely be optimal. Rent, that has to go down drastically. You got to cut that like in half for that amount of money. Now, if you raise your income up to like 80,000, now we cooking. But with 40,000, you can't afford 24,000 in rent. 24,000 has to be like luxury apartment status. You ain't balling, brother. You just need apartment. You can't get luxury apartment. You just get apartment.
Oh
So
man.
you gonna be paying about a band. Or, like I said, moving with your parents, get a roommate. Third thing, this car note. Go and buy a used car for about 10 bands, get it in cash. I would do that before you move out of your parents' house. And then you don't have to worry about a payment again until that car breaks down on you. I'm more of a solutions based person, so talking about how bad everything is isn't really going to help because it's going to be bad. It don't really look like it's getting much better, and you're still going to be broke. So we might as well find ways to get out the hole.
Hey, y'all be scared to live. That's the problem. Like, anytime I want to do some or I'm doing some I know damn well I probably shouldn't be doing, I just tell myself tomorrow ain't promised. It. Like, shit, you might not even wake up tomorrow. You might not have the opportunity to do this again. And I just do it. And yes, sometimes I wake up sad as a mother, borderline depressed. Because I done went spent some money that I know I shouldn't have went spent. But I don't give a at that moment. I enjoy myself. And if I feel like if it make me happy at that moment, if I feel good about it at that moment, I'm gonna do it, and I figure that out later. That's how life is.
Oh
This
God.
don't stop. You eventually you gonna still have to figure this out anyway. So why not enjoy every moment? Why not do what the you wanna do? At the end of the day, you still gonna have to wake the up the next day and find a way to make more money to keep living how the living anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, that instant gratification is going to fry us, man. We cannot live like that. That's probably some of the most irresponsible advice I've ever heard in my life. Look, you are going to have to choose when you want your difficult times. You can have your difficult times up front, or you can get it on the back end. What do I mean by that? This brother right here. I know I shouldn't be going to Puerto Rico. I can't afford it. But man, I might not live tomorrow. Fortunately for you, and unfortunately, you are living. You're going to have to figure out how you're going to pay off those credit cards, how you're going to pay the rent, how you're going to pay for groceries the next month. You're going to be constantly in the hole. Then you're going to get of old age. You're not going to be able to retire. You're not going to have anything set aside for your kids. You and your kids are going to be struggling. You are going to pay for it eventually. Now, the other way, delayed gratification, you grind, you hustle, you minimize your expenses, you don't go on the little trips, you're not going out to eat all the time, you don't have all these subscriptions, you don't have the fancy car, the big house, but you're stacking your bread. You're stacking your bread, you're stacking your bread, you're stacking your skills, you're getting higher incomes, then boom, you're able to afford these lavish things. But if you don't sacrifice up front, that's not a reality. That's not a possibility for most Americans. Now, some people, they got it like that, but most people, nah, we don't.
There's an epidemic of individuals trying to live a luxury lifestyle and they simply can't afford it.
Mm.
Why are we living in luxury apartments and you only make $40,000, $50,000 a year? It doesn't make sense. Like, think about the people who complain about the high cost of living in certain cities, right? Y'all are complaining about living in these high cost of living cities, yet right across the street, 2 blocks from you, is an apartment that you can afford. Let's talk about the fact that people are driving luxury Mercedes Benzes, like GLEs, and they make like 80K a year.
Mm.
That car is worth more than what you make in a quarter of your salary. Why are you driving that car? It makes no sense. People are willing to pay $1,000 car payments just to look like they have it all. Like, I think there's a time we need to end this epidemic of people wanting to be perceived as luxury. It is literally okay to just be a normal person.
That is a fact. Public perception, the need to look important, the need to look valuable, the need to look like money really drives some people absolutely broke. Keeping up with the Joneses is one of the worst ways to go out because you're trying to impress people that really don't care in the long run. People is really worried about themselves. They're not really worried about you. They don't care what you have on. They don't. And if they do, why do you care? If there's a video you want me to react to, go ahead, go into my channel description, hit my TikTok link, send me whatever you want, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all tap in next time. God bless.